Just one more quick look. We're going to look at, yep, mini pots, terrible routing, terrible soldering. There is nothing but some black paint. This is the other side of the licensed under Floyd Rhodes Pats trim. Yeah, that's going to last a long time. But again, it always trips me out how a real Floyd I've had issues with in the past. These Chinese guitars ship across the ocean and somehow you can usually tune them with the fine tuners. It doesn't make any sense. Other things I wanted to look at. I'm surprised it actually has a box switch and not just some ultra crappy thing, but that wiring is very questionable at best. Let's look back at that neck joint and paint. Yeah, that's terrible. But interesting thing here, there is no serial number on the back, and a lot of these I've seen they've actually tried to put the Washburn logo, serial number, all that. It does have that relief. On the front though, it says Dimebag Daryl signature model dime. Wrong. Also, yeah, real ones, not only is that off as far as the scaling of the V in there, but look at that. Seriously, guys. And these Grovers, which Grover never made anything like that. Horrible chunky truss rod cover. Those definitely aren't Floyd Rose. These appear to just be painted in and then maybe glossed. I don't know how they've done that. I have no idea what this fretboard is actually made out of. And those frets are a little beefy, but they play okay. Yeah, that's what the rails and the zebra look like, but they don't sound terrible, but they're microphonic and they're coming out of here. There's that FR, yay, beautiful. Those knobs are very wrong for what this is trying to be. Like I said, it's very lightweight. This is the equivalent, and probably was, from just one of those build-yourself kits, home builder DIY kits. But, you know, they put a little effort into the paint, not a lot. It is cool that, you know, the design on it. Like I said, you know, you can't truly go wrong if you're building it yourself. You know, you'd be in it about the same amount of money. You know, and most of us are going to rip it apart anyway. Also, that Washburn logo is wrong. I mean, overall, I'm not mad at it. It's better than a guitar that I just returned that was that Jackson Kelly knockoff that was terrible. I don't understand, you know, the whole point of why even bother putting the Washburn on the headstock. If everything's not correct, why even bother branding the parts this way? We all know what we're buying when we pay $300 or less on Temu for a guitar. But yet, they still do it. And I guess, you know, it's that fake it till you make it, or you're never going to make it, so just keep faking it. I don't know. I mean, maybe it gives that little tribute touch to some people. And, you know, there's definitely a moral question there. I don't really... It doesn't bother me so much as it's more of a why. And honestly, I don't think anybody is going to go into a guitar store with this and somebody's going to go, oh my God, look, it's a real Washburn dime. Oh man, we're going to give you thousands of dollars for that thing. Anybody that would, is insane. This is an obvious copy. I mean, from the glued-in neck, set necks design to, you know, just the way the fretting's done, the inlays, everything else. But, again, it makes for a decent wall hanger. Some of the routing and all is not exactly great. Obviously, the hardware is junk. With a little bit of touches, you want to put a little bit of time and money into it, you can build something pretty incredible. So, yeah. Anyway, that's probably the last video on this one for tonight. At some point, we'll tear it apart. Again, if you guys have any suggestions, ideas, what are your thoughts on these copy guitars, or tribute guitars, or whatever you want to call them? Do you think that there's a moral question there? Do you think that there's something cool about them? What would you do with this if you had it? Let me know. And hey, you know, tell your friends about this channel. We're trying to get it off the ground. I'm really putting my time into it. You know, if you want to see me spend more of my money on stupid things or waste my money in general, which, you know, I don't have much. Fortunately, the lady gives me an allowance out of my paycheck. But, you know, we're not going to talk about that. But if you want to see more, please hit like, subscribe, bell notification, all that stuff. The more subscribers I get, the more I can do with the channel. Catch you around.